Hello, English language learners. Welcome to Learn English with Dr. DK. So, as you know, we are practicing our skills. And when I say skills, I'm talking about all the skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. But our focus is also more on to practice our speaking skills. So many students, they request me sometimes about the lessons they want to learn. And this lesson is also requested by some of the students that they want to learn about the voice, the active voice and the passive voice. So before I start this lesson, I want to tell you that we are going to have many lessons on this activity, because active and voice, passive voice is used in many different situations. I can teach you this lesson in 30 minutes, but that is not going to be very effective lesson, because you need to know each and everything about active and passive voice. So these lessons, the ones you are going to learn on this channel, are going to stay with you. That means you will be able to remember this information and you will be able to use this information, because that's my method. When I teach, I want you to get involved in this activity and practice and try to take notes and learn with understanding. और थोड़ा सा मैं हिंदी में बता दूं, I know many students sometimes say, ma'am, don't speak Hindi, but this channel is bilingual where I provide some support in Hindi, क्योंकि बहुत सारे जो students हैं वो 100% English नहीं समझ पाते. Yes, I always encourage you to try to listen and understand in English also, because if you will be listening more in English, then you will be able to grasp that information and you will be able to speak it. You will be able to use that information in your practice. So I hope many of you try to come out of your comfort zone. So when I say comfort zone, that means कि आप बहुत सारे हो जो ट्रांसलेशन के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट हो 100%, कि आपको वर्ड टू वर्ड ट्रांसलेशन चाहिए, हर वर्ड की ट्रांसलेशन चाहिए. तो उस तरह से अगर आप इंग्लिश सीखना चाहते हो तो इंग्लिश की इम्प्रूवमेंट बड़ी चैलेंजिंग हो जाएगी आपके लिए. सो ट्राई टू लर्न मोर इन इंग्लिश. ठीक है. सो अगर आपको कोई समझ नहीं आता कहीं पे, तो यू कैन रीप्ले इट. इट हैपेंस because even when you read something, you don't understand everything in your first reading. So sometimes you have to go back and reread it. Sometimes you have to go back and you read it third time also, maybe fourth time also, right? So every time you will read that information, you're going to understand it more. So same thing is here too. So if you didn't understand something what I am speaking right now, you can review it. And I am very hopeful and positive about it that you can grasp that information when you try to watch this again. Okay. Now, I can see Shella is here, Maya is here. Good to see you guys. I know this time is like 4 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and many of you are busy at this time, but it's always fine that whenever you have time, tonight or tomorrow morning or any other time, right? So you can practice with these lessons. One more thing, again, please try to take the notes. Okay, notes बहुत important है, because when you take the notes, then you can go back and try to review that information, not memorization, understanding. कि ओके यहाँ पे इस तरह से यूज होता है कुछ की पॉइंट्स, और मैं आपको बताती रहती हूँ कि की पॉइंट साथ साथ में कि ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है, इसको नोट कर लीजिए, you know, जैसे आपके, I remember when I was a student in India, like in school or in college, we used to underline or the color code कर लेते थे उसको, right? So that way, if you have colors or highlighters, you can use those too, right? So उससे क्या है कि आप जब की पॉइंट्स के ऊपर फोकस करते हो तो यू रिमेंबर दैट, बिकॉज दीज थिंग्स आर जस्ट लाइक अ फॉर्मूलाज, राइट? अब जैसे मैथ में अगर आपको फॉर्मूलाज की अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो जाती है तो देन यू सॉल्व ऑल दोज प्रॉब्लम्स, राइट? सो सेम थिंग इज इन ग्रामर ऑल्सो. So when you pick up the points and then you understand those points, then no one can stop you to learn the grammar skills. Okay, so grammar को हमने बिल्कुल memorize नहीं करना, रट्टे नहीं लगाने, understand करना है. Why I'm saying this? Because I remember, because in Indian teaching method, memorization is very popular, and that's the way we all were kind of like used to be like that kind of a learning style, right? But here I am teaching you some of the strategies which are very beneficial and effective, and it's not just I heard from somewhere. No, I practice these strategies and I am teaching my students in the classroom setting, also in this physical classroom here in America. And these strategies are always very effective. Go and look at the key points and try to understand and use that, right? Now, active and passive voice की अगर मैं बात करूं तो passive voice, what I noticed, मेरी जो पर्सनल नोटिस है कि इंडिया के जब मैं न्यूज़पेपर उठाती हूँ और अमेरिका का न्यूज़पेपर उठाती हूँ तो उसमें डिफरेंस है कि इंडिया के न्यूज़पेपर्स में पैसिव वॉइस बहुत ज़्यादा यूज़ होती है, ओके? और यहाँ पे जो मैं कई बार न्यूज़पेपर्स देखती हूँ तो एक्टिव वॉइस ज़्यादा यूज़ होती है, ये भी फ़र्क है एक. तो इसीलिए एक्टिव वॉइस और पैसिव वॉइस का जो डिफरेंस है वो आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, और उसमें बहुत सारे लेसन्स हैं, इसमें एक लेसन नहीं है. मैं आपको दोबारा से बता देती हूँ, ठीक है? और प्लीज, इफ यू आर हियर, दैट मीन्स यू आर इंटरेस्टेड टू एनहांस योर स्किल्स, right? And when I'm saying skills, please focus on it. Don't set the limit that I want to improve my speaking skills, because speaking will not happen if you are not improving your all other skills. So keep in mind that you need to learn everything. So don't set your limits. Okay. So I'm going to share the PowerPoint, and then we are going to learn active voice and passive voice. So let me see. And one more thing, guys, there are some students, they are sending me the requests about their like the choice, what they want to learn, right? कि मैम मुझे ये सीखना है, मुझे ये सीखना है. तो देखो, I am here for you, and I always encourage you, yes, if you have something in your mind and you want to learn from, like you want to learn, you don't understand something, you are still confused about some of the skills you are practicing, feel free to write down in the comment section, right? And I always note down your request. But one thing I want to tell you is that please don't expect that if you are writing me today and then I'm going to bring the lesson tomorrow, because that's not going to happen, because I already have so many requests on lessons, and I am just putting it in order. ऑर्डर होता है ना, लिस्ट बना लो कि किसका पहले मुझे आया है मैसेज कि मुझे ये सीखना है. तो I am just making a list, and all these lessons will be, yes, I am preparing these lessons, but it might gonna take time. Maybe if you are requesting me something today, and you might gonna have that lesson in 4 weeks, right? Or 5 weeks, I don't know, because right now I have a list already, and I know, like, for next 3 weeks, I can say I am already have the lessons on student requests. Okay. So, but yes, keep writing your requests. And if I see that is maybe extremely important, I might gonna bring it right away. But these lessons are also very important. So that's why I am like, okay, let's start with this. Okay. So let's share the PowerPoint. So this is lesson 17. As you know, we started these live stream classes and lesson 17. So lesson 1 is about active and passive voice, right? Present, simple, affirmative. अब जब हम affirmative की बात करते हैं, what is affirmative means? Affirmative means कि वो चीज हो रही है, हुई है, वो affirm है, वो confirm है, in other words, right? वो झूठ नहीं है. So उस तरह से उसको कहते हैं affirmative. बड़ा simple सी अगर मैं आपको definition affirmative की बताऊं, तो वो जो action है, वो हुआ है, किसी ने वो काम किया है, affirmative है, वो doubtful नहीं है कहीं पे भी. Right? Okay, simple definition. Now, passive voice, present simple affirmative की हम आज बात करेंगे, present simple की बात. Okay, so English has two voices. So in English language, two voices, active voice and passive voice. और ये, when I say English, I know even other languages also have the same way, right? कि एक्टिव वॉइस भी है और पैसिव वॉइस भी है. So the active voice is used when the subject of the sentence does the action. So what is this important? Action किया है subject ने, right? किसी ने वो action किया है. So active voice is used when the subject, जो सब्जेक्ट है जिसके बारे में बात हो रही है सेंटेंस में, उसने वो काम किया है, अफर्मेटिव है, राइट? वो किया है उसने वो काम, वो क्या है? एक्टिव वॉइस है. नेक्स्ट वन. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, माई फ्रेंड सिंग्स दैट सॉन्ग. मेरी फ्रेंड ने वो गाना गाया है. सो माई फ्रेंड ए sings that song. So the passive voice is used when we focus on the object of the sentence. Now यहाँ पे क्या है? Subject of the sentence, right? Subject कौन है? मेरी friend है. उसने क्या किया है? उसने गाना गाया है. So ये है active voice. Action हुआ है. Action क्या हुआ है? कौन सा action है? Song का, right? Song गाया है उसने, वो वाला. Now, passive voice is used when we focus on the object. Object की बात हो रही है. Now, इसमें object क्या है? Song है, right? Song है in this sentence. So, if you look at this one example, B becomes what? B becomes the subject. अब B subject हो गया passive में, right? That song is sung by my friend. So sung by my friend, एक तो फॉर्म चेंज हो गई वर्ब की, राइट? यहाँ पे sings, sung हो गया. So वर्ब की कौन सी फॉर्म लग गई? थर्ड फॉर्म लग गई, राइट? So उसने गाना गाया, मेरी फ्रेंड ने, वो फ्रेंड क्या बन गया? ऑब्जेक्ट बन गया इसमें. So पैसिव में यही है कि जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो सब्जेक्ट हो जाता है. सो आगे और भी बहुत डिटेल में जाएंगे हम. यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट टुडे, आई एम श्योर अबाउट इट. बट ये याद रखो कि जो सब्जेक्ट है वो ऑब्जेक्ट बन जाता है पैसिव में, राइट? नाउ व्हेन इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट टू नो हु डज द एक्शन, we use by. So ये बहुत important है इसमें कि हम जब ये जो किसने एक्शन किया है उसमें क्या यूज करते हैं? by. The noun that follows by is called the agent. So agent कहते हैं उसको, agent. agent नहीं होता, agent. Okay, so my friend was the subject. Right? Now this one, friend was what? Friend was a subject in the active sentence. So in the active sentence. So this is important, right? So friend was subject in the active sentence, but it becomes the agent. Agent बन गया उसमें. किसमें agent बन गया वो? किसमें एजेंट बन गया? पैसिव सेंटेंस में। सो जो सब्जेक्ट था वो एजेंट बन गया, राइट। सो अब एजेंट क्या हो गया? वो डायरेक्ट उसकी बात नहीं हो रही, राइट, वो पीछे चला। सो अब ये एक तो पॉइंट बाय वाला याद रखना है। जैसे यहाँ पे देखो तो यहाँ पे बाय माय फ्रेंड, किसके द्वारा गाना गाया गया? मेरी फ्रेंड के। दैट सॉन्ग, वो वाला गाना मेरी फ्रेंड के द्वारा गाया गया, राइट। सो बाय, बाय जहां पे है वो पैसिव वॉइस में आता है, क्योंकि अब ये क्या है? दैट सॉन्ग, राइट। अब ये क्या हो गया? ये देखो बाय क्या लग गया? बाय। सो द नाउन दैट फॉलोज बाय, अब नाउन that follows by is called the agent. So ये वाला क्या हो गया? My friend, friend अब noun है, followed by agent है, sorry, right, by है, तो वो क्या बन गया? वो agent है। अब इसमें friend क्या आ गया? agent है। पैसिव में friend agent हो गया। एक्टिव में friend क्या था? main subject था, right? I hope you understand this. Now, let's move on to the next one. Sometimes when the agent is unknown or unimportant to the meaning of the sentence, right? जो sentence में unimportant है अगर, sometimes, कई बार, not always, right? We do not use what? We do not use by. उसमें by नहीं लगता। अगर एजेंट अननोन है और अनइम्पॉर्टेंट है, सो दो पॉइंट्स जो की पॉइंट्स हैं इसमें, समटाइम्स, सो ये क्या है? नॉट ऑलवेज, ये एक जो क्या है, एक्सेप्शन बताई गई है उसमें, राइट। अब यहाँ पे जो है एजेंट अननोन नहीं है, फ्रेंड की बात है, राइट। बट कुछ सेंटेंसेस में एजेंट अननोन होता है, हमें उसका पता नहीं होता, या वो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होता, तो हम क्या बाय नहीं लगाते। जैसे कि एग्जाम्पल इज हियर, दिस स्वेटर इज मेड इन चाइना। अब चाइना में वो स्वेटर किसने बनाया हमें थोड़ी ना पता, किसी कंपनी ने बनाया, वी डोंट नो, राइट, बट वी नो कि इट्स मेड इन चाइना। सो दिस स्वेटर इज मेड इन चाइना। अब यहाँ मैं कहूँ ये दिस स्वेटर इज मेड इन लुधियाना, पंजाब, because Ludhiana is the biggest industry in woolen sweaters, right? So this sweater is made in Ludhiana भी लिख सकती हूँ। अब लुधियाना में वो किसने बनाया, कौन सी कंपनी ने बनाया, we don't know. So made in China, made in India, made in any other country, right? So made in Bangladesh, made in Pakistan. So when we go to the store, we see the things, right? And sometime when I see especially the cotton shirts, without even looking at it, I know these shirts are made in India. And when I look at the tag, yes, made in India, right? So there are so many things. So you see it's a made in. So these types of sentences are actually the passive ones, but we don't see this. So we form the passive with be plus past participle, third form of the verb. Okay, so made का जो first form है वो है make. आगे मैंने वैसे आपको दिखाई भी है. I will talk about it a little later. So sometimes again, now these are more examples. This sweater is made in China. Oranges are grown in California. अब अमेरिका में oranges are grown in California. But if you are from India, then I hope you know that where the oranges are grown in India. Tell me, anyone? If you know, anyone? Okay, let me see your messages. English speaking learn. So that's what we are doing. K. Vikash Yadav. We are practicing English skills. So you need to practice with me. Okay, follow along, or you can do the, okay, Mumbai, Shala, Jharkhand, Noida, Sony, Jharkhand, good evening, Singla, Where do you live, ma'am? Shalla, focus on the lesson. You need to watch my more videos so you can find out where I live. I live in the USA, America, and I am English, English as a first language and English as a second language educator. उसमें भी difference है. English as a first language means teaching the native English speakers also. जो Americans हैं उनको भी English teach करने में certified हूँ, और English as a second language means जो foreigners बाहरले country से लोग आते हैं उनको भी. But I live in America. Okay. Jammu, good. Good evening everyone. Mitlesh, we need only spoken English. We know grammar. We got stuck only in speaking. Please, if possible, teach us only spoken English. How this gonna happen, Shalla? If you are, see, that's the, I don't know how I make you understand, but yes, you absolutely got it. Oranges grow in Nagpur. Yes, Nagpur, बहुत famous hai. Yes. So, Shella, you can become fluent in English only when you are speaking. Yeah, you say that you know grammar, but when you come to my class, there are many students, they make so many mistakes in grammar also. But that's going to happen only if you are practicing, if you are using the language in your conversation, if you are practicing the language, right? So we are, the grammar, the way you learn, I don't know, because you need to not memorize the grammar, understand the grammar. That's what we are practicing here, okay? So here, most of you know that the three forms of the verb make, for example, I just gave you. So infinitive में make है, made, then made, right? So उसके ऊपर मैं ज़्यादा बात नहीं करूँगी, ये verb की first form है या second form है. So इसमें you are going to practice in all, okay? So now, for example, in this example, A is the subject and B is the object. So Roshan moves the chair. Roshan moves the chair and Roshan moves the chair तो हो गया. But अब passive में क्या है? The chair is moved what? We are missing two words here in this one, right? So the chair जो क्या था, इसको क्या कहते हैं हम? Who knows the specific name? I told you. This one is an AGENT, agent बन गया ये, right? Passive में क्या है ये नाम? Agent है. So Roshan moves the chair. The chair is moved what? By Roshan. So this one, sorry, Roshan became agent in the passive, right? So Roshan became the, here, this one. Let me change the color. Okay, so the chair is moved by Roshan, right? So passive में जो subject है वो क्या बन जाता है? Agent बन जाता है. उसका जो action है वो उसके द्वारा, जो chair है moved by, उसके द्वारा move की गई, right, like that. Okay, so let's do this one. Dhoni catches the ball. The balls are caught by what? Balls जो उसने catch करता है, अच्छे catcher हैं, balls catch करे उसने, तो क्या लिखोगे आप? By Roshan. Yes. So the balls are caught by. अब इसमें देखो, आप अगर आप catches the ball भी कर सकते हो, then the ball is, right? अगर आपको singular में करना है तो is caught by Dhoni, right? So अगर आप plural or singular, I hope you all know that. So by Dhoni, right? Okay. Now Ravi draws the picture. अब पैसिव में क्या आ जाएगा? सो पैसिव में द पिक्चर is drawn by. Now you can see कि उसमें जो हमारा verb है उसकी form भी change हो जाती है, right? Okay, so let's see if you are doing it. So I'm trying to read on my phone your messages because I don't want to go back and forth on my screen. So back and forth का क्या मतलब है? अब देखो, English speaking, practicing, you want to practice your English speaking, think about it. Back and forth means when I am just be on many different screens, I'm clicking on sometime on a Live or sometime YouTube Live, or sometime I'm going back on my Zoom, sometime I on my PowerPoint, sometime I'm sharing it, sometime I'm stop sharing it, clicking on, so on different screens, right? यहाँ पे भी जा रही हूँ, वहां पे भी जा रही हूँ, so back and forth. Okay, आगे पीछे ये वो करना, उसको कहते हैं back and forth, जल्दी जल्दी movement करना किसी चीज की. Okay, so the next one. So यहाँ पे the children ride the bikes. So the children ride the bikes. अब इसको अगर मैं ये वाला जो है children subject है, इसमें अगर right the bikes क्या है, ऑब्जेक्ट है, तो वो बदल गया. अब ऑब्जेक्ट क्या बन गया मेरा? सब्जेक्ट बन गया, राइट? और सब्जेक्ट है वो क्या बन गया? एजेंट बन गया, एजेंट बन गया. सो ये याद रखो, एजेंट बन जाता है. सो इफ यू वांट टू रिमेम्बर दैट वे. एंड क्या लगता है उसमें? बाय लगता है. दिस वन बाय, बाय, और वो क्या हो जाता है? एजेंट हो जाता है. सो पैसिव वॉइस में आ गया, राइट? ओके. So now in the present simple, the passive is am, is, and are, right? Plus past participle, the third form of the verb. उसमें लगता है present simple की जब हम बात करते हैं. So please remember the past participle always stays the same, only the form of be. बी वर्ब क्या है, वो चेंज हो जाता है. दैट्स इट. द सब्जेक्ट एंड द वर्ब मस्ट ऑलवेज, मस्ट. अब देखो ये जो हमने वर्ब्स मे, माइट, मस्ट मींस यू हैव टू चेंज इट. मस्ट ऑलवेज एग्री इन नंबर, नंबर के साथ एग्री करने चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अब दिस वन इज एक्टिव. द टीचर्स हेल्प द न्यू स्टूडेंट. द टीचर्स ने नए स्टूडेंट की हेल्प की. अब पैसिव है तो द न्यू स्टूडेंट इज हेल्प्ड बाय द टीचर, राइट? नाउ एक्टिव, द टीचर्स नंबर क्या है? अब ज्यादा टीचर्स हेल्प व्हाट? द न्यू स्टूडेंट्स. अब स्टूडेंट्स भी यहाँ पे क्या है? स्टूडेंट्स प्लूरल हैं, राइट? ज्यादा है एक से. तो the new students are helped by the teachers. So वो आपको ये भी एक ध्यान रखना है कि अगर प्लूरल है तो जब आप चेंज करते हो तो उसमें आपको आर यूज करना है. इफ इट्स अ सिंगुलर, बिकॉज यहाँ पे देखो अब एक्टिव में टीचर्स, सब्जेक्ट्स प्लूरल है यहाँ पे, राइट? हेल्प द न्यू स्टूडेंट. अब नाउ वी हैव टू मेक श्योर, बिकॉज टीचर्स प्लूरल है सब्जेक्ट यहाँ पे, बट जब ये सब्जेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट बन गया, एक तरह से एजेंट बन गया, राइट? एजेंट बन जाएगा तो सब्जेक्ट तो यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट आ गया ना. तो व्हेन स्टूडेंट इज अ सब्जेक्ट एंड इट्स अ वन स्टूडेंट, देन वी आर यूजिंग व्हाट इज, राइट? ये थोड़ी सी कंफ्यूजन हो सकती है आपको व्हेन यू चेंज फ्रॉम एक्टिव टू पैसिव. नाउ इन दिस वन, the teachers help students. अब यहाँ पे जो ऑब्जेक्ट नाउन है वो भी प्लूरल है और सब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन भी, सॉरी नॉट प्रोनाउन, नाउन सब्जेक्ट भी प्लूरल है. तो यहाँ पे आर है, राइट? बिकॉज दे बोथ आर प्लूरल. I hope you understand this, because this might gonna create a confusion, some kind of confusion. Okay, So आज मैं इससे ज़्यादा वो नहीं lesson teach करूँगी आपको, because I believe in teaching the information in chunks. Because जब बहुत ज़्यादा information आप एकदम से grab करते हो तो you know what happened? You think that you understand everything right away, but after maybe 2 days or 3 days, you might just gonna remember maximum 15 to 20% of the information. So it's better to learn the information in small chunks and then practice it. Okay, practice करके उसको use करो, then add more skills, like उसी के ऊपर same information के ऊपर next step जो है उसको add करते जाओ. Then you don't then need to learn this kind of information again and again. And that's the reason, yes, I know some of students are saying, ma'am, we already know grammar. I know you know grammar, but the way I teach grammar, it's I'm not going to say very different, but it's like a different way, the way I teach, because I don't teach all that information in one time in 15 minutes, the whole active and passive आपको मैं understand करवा दूं. उससे ना तो आपको 100% clarity होगी और ना ही मुझे खुद को as a teacher, I know that it's not easy, because that's the way we teach in America. We teach one skill, like one थोड़ा सा skill जिसको कह दूं मैं, then we practice it. Okay, we practice a lot, then we add the next step, then we add the next step. So उससे क्या है कि you use it, you use the language, and then you don't need to learn that skill again and again. Yeah, sometimes you go back and review it, it's okay, but you don't need to memorize that information. Okay, so I can see many new names. One more thing, guys, because I know many of you, when you find me in this channel and you like, yes, ma'am, I want to improve my English. I want to become fluent in English. I want to learn. I am so lucky I found you. You're this and that. I mean, you just use all kind of so fancy and wonderful words about, and you just think, okay, this is something you're going to learn right away, everything. Please try to change your mindset, that you cannot become fluent just by listening something or just in one day or 7 days or 1 month. It's a long process. And on this channel, I will never keep you in a, I will never give you false hopes कि जिसमें मैं ये कहूँ कि ये कर लो तो ये हो जाएगा, ये कर लो, नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं. Yes, I am here to help you, but practice is yours. Right? And you all have your own way to learn also. And here I am teaching you more strategies to practice the language. So end of the day, it's your practice. I can guide you, but like आपकी प्रैक्टिस तो आपने खुद ही करनी है, राइट? हाँ, आपको कोई गाइडेंस मिलती है, दैट इज यूजफुल, दैट इज हेल्पफुल, बट most of you, 100%, I will say 99.9% again, you want to speak in English. But that can happen only if you become more open-minded, and you need to think a little differently the way you are thinking about the language right now, because yeah, I'm not criticizing other channels, but again, I'm telling you that more than 90% of the YouTube teachers who are teaching you English are not actually teachers, right? They are not professionals. They have their own different fields, and they just are online and teaching you. And but when I see sometimes those things, and that really bothers me, because I'm a classroom educator and I grew up in India. I learned, my education is from India. My PhD is from India, but then I came here in America and I, had my education from American University, and then my children grew up, born and grew up in this country as a mother also, right? And now my children are adults, and then I am teaching from more than 2 decades, way more than 2 decades, right? जब मैं decades की बात करती हूँ तो एक decade means 10 years. तो when I'm saying more than 2 decades, that means 20 years से कहीं ज़्यादा हो गए हैं मुझे अमेरिका में टीच करते हुए. तो वो फ़र्क है मेरा, राइट? उसमें यहाँ का जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है बहुत डिफरेंट है इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम से. तो यस, इंग्लिश बहुत सारे लोग कई बार यूट्यूब पे कह देते हैं इंग्लिश इज जस्ट अ लैंग्वेज लाइक अदर लैंग्वेजेस, यू डोंट नीड टू लर्न दिस, यू डोंट नीड टू लर्न दैट, एंड बड़ी मिसकंसेप्शंस हैं लैंग्वेज के बारे में. Yes, English is a language. I understand that. Grammar is just a part of it. Grammar is not everything. But I always tell you, here we don't have any set books for any grade level. हमारी कोई ऐसी बुक्स नहीं होती जैसे कि हम एक बुक लगा दें और वो सारा साल स्टूडेंट ने वही बुक पढ़नी है. No, अब you will not believe it. Even my English as a second language learners, all year, beside all other practice activities we do, we read novels also, right? In 1 year, we at least with my like 3 or 4 novels, we also cover the novels. And many of them, they just read on their own also. They just go to the library and check out books, right? 4 books, 5 books, and when they finish, they just bring the books back and then check out another set of books. So they read a lot. So reading बहुत important है अगर आपको अपनी इंग्लिश इम्प्रूव करनी है तो. सो उसके लिए मैं बहुत कोशिश करती हूँ कई बार रीडिंग्स के लिए. और बाकी देखो जो वोकैबुलरी की अगर मैं बात करूं, ट्राई टू लर्न वोकैबुलरी विद इन द टेक्स्ट. अभी रिसेंटली इफ यू वॉच्ड my Saturday's lesson when we gave the tribute to Lata Mangeshkar ji, right? And we learned about Lata Mangeshkar ji's life, जो मैं एक रीडिंग लेके आई थी आपके लिए, राइट? तो उसमें एक वर्ड था, तो वो वर्ड को अगर आप ग्रामर में डिक्शनरी में देखो तो उसका मीनिंग बहुत डिफरेंट है. बट वो वर्ड को अगर आप बहुत डीपली जाके हायर लेवल की डिक्शनरी में देखो तो वो वर्ड का मीनिंग बहुत डिफरेंट था. एंड इफ शिवम इज हियर, ही आस्क्ड मी दैट क्वेश्चन कि मैम ये इसका मुझे समझ नहीं आया. देन आई एक्सप्लेन्ड हिम एवरीथिंग इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. तो इसलिए कहती हूँ कि डिक्शनरी भी, इफ यू आर कंसल्टिंग द डिक्शनरी फॉर मीनिंग, देन यू ऑल्सो नीड टू नो कि इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, इस पर्टिकुलर पैसेज में या इस पर्टिकुलर रीडिंग में किस वर्ड की डेफिनेशन, कौन सी डेफिनेशन चाहिए मुझे, उसमें भी बहुत फर्क होता है. हर डेफिनेशन हर जगह पे अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते आप, right? So there is so much to learn in the language. So I'm not discouraging you, but I am just showing you the reality, telling you the reality कि ये नहीं है कि आप सिर्फ YouTube के सिर्फ वॉच करके if you think you can become fluent, that's not true. Okay, you have to practice. Yes, if someone is guiding you, you need to take that guidance and then you have to apply it in your life. And moreover, I am offering you a free platform on every Saturday. You are welcome. And I have 100 students space in my class. I know my class goes sometimes like 2 hours or more than 2 hours, but think about it, guys. When you are there, there are many of you, and I want to provide the chance to each one of you to participate, right, and contribute, because if you are joining my class for speaking, then you want to speak in the class, right? And that's the platform where I am learning a lot about you. And if you are saying that you know grammar, but yes, you need to apply the grammar skills, right? And one more thing is, please do not be scared at all. Try to just use it, because you are learning English as a second language. So I'm telling you every time, language is, it's not going to determine your intelligence. कि आप कितने smart हो, कितने intelligent हो. Yes, ये एक इंडिया में कल्चर है या और भी कुछ इंडिया के आसपास जो कंट्रीज हैं, there is a culture कि if you speak good English, people look at you with a very different lenses, right? उनके lenses ही change हो जाते हैं कि वो ये English बोलता है, they give you more respect maybe, I don't know, it's a very different culture, but it's okay, you should not take it on your heart, but just stay focused on your target, what you want to do, and just ignore all those distractions and all those even the people, those they are trying to make you like feel less or something like that. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to tell them that this is not going to determine my intelligence, right? This is just a language. And some people maybe are more fortunate. They were maybe in good schools and have more opportunities to, learn the language. And it's okay. We all are on different levels and on different situations, right? But instead of cursing your situation, or instead of criticizing your situation, or instead of feeling less because of your situation, is not going to help you in any ways, right? So अगर आप अपनी situation को कह के मैं ये नहीं, मेरे पास ये नहीं है, या वो नहीं है, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, तो उससे help तो कोई नहीं होगी ना. So you have to change your mindset. Instead of saying मैं नहीं कर सकता या नहीं कर सकती, so you can change your wording and send the positive message to your brain also. So you can say it's okay. Even in living in these odd situations, I can make the difference. I can do it. No one can stop me. And I have seen many people in my life, and including me, face the many challenges and came out of those challenges. Because nothing is easy. Yes, वो कहते हैं ना, सपने देखने बड़े आसान होते हैं, बट सपनों को पाना इतना आसान नहीं होता. उसके लिए we have to work very hard towards it. So sometimes we see people, oh, that person is on this position, or that person is doing this or that. But do you know their life? Do you know how they achieved those goals? Do you know how they reached on that place? वो उनकी कितना हार्ड वर्क रहा होगा, उनके कितने चैलेंजेस रहा होंगे, you don't know that, right? So please, ऐसा नहीं होता. People, everyone, हाँ, कुछ लोग जो हैं वो आसानी से पा लेते हैं बहुत कुछ को ज़्यादा मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. But if you are determined, persevere, you can achieve your goals. हो जाता है sooner or later. Yes. Okay. So I will come and see you tomorrow. Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Avinash. Good. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm going to see you tomorrow. And so whatever you learned today, please try to review it. And then we're going to add more tomorrow. Okay. Again, if you want to enhance your speaking skills, you need to practice with me. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed.